I never thought my life would unravel the way it did, but here I am, finally able to talk about it after months of therapy and spending 2 weeks in a psychiatric facility. The depression had taken hold so tightly that I could barely breathe. But now I've come to accept it, or at least I'm trying. My husband, an architect who traveled frequently for work, and I had always agreed not to have children. He told me he didn't want to be an absent father, that his career would take him away too much, and he wouldn't be present in a child's life. Besides, he grew up in an orphanage, never knowing his father and only having distant knowledge of his mother. He was convinced that he carried bad genes and feared that any child we had wouldn't be healthy. Looking back, I realized this was a mistake. His reasoning was flawed. Maybe I should have pushed harder, questioned it more. But at the time, I loved him so much that I accepted it. Then, 2 days before his 40th birthday I had spent weeks planning, organizing everything to be perfect. He dropped a bombshell. He told me he was leaving me. Just like that, he said he couldn't see a future with me anymore. I couldn't even process it at first. I thought it was a joke, a bad dream I'd wake up from. But then he said the real kicker. He had met someone else. A woman from the gym, the same gym he never wanted me to join. The woman was in her early to mid-20s, and apparently they were a better match. My mind was spinning. We'd been married for 7 years, and suddenly I was obsolete, replaced. A few months after the divorce, this woman messaged me, saying she was pregnant with his child. And it wasn't enough for her to just inform me. She wanted to hurt me. She texted me these vile, disgusting things about how she'd let a married man come inside her to mark his territory, as if that was something to be proud of. I nearly vomited when I read it. But more than that, I felt sick with myself. Who had I married? How had I not seen this side of him? He had told her that I couldn't give him children. That was a lie. He was the one who didn't want them. Or maybe he just didn't want them with me. I felt utterly betrayed. This all happened a while ago, but just recently I learned some new information that reopened the wound. He never married her. She wanted him to, but he left her too. However, they had a son together, and my ex pays child support. Through a mutual friend, I found out that the young woman, this horrible person who taunted me, wasn't a fit mother at all. She leaves the boy, who is only a year old, alone in his crib while she goes grocery shopping. She's on antidepressants that make her sleep excessively, and she yells at him when he cries. The thought of that innocent child suffering in such a neglectful environment broke my heart.
My ex-husband, apparently, is now seeking full custody of the child. And, unsurprisingly, he and the boy's mother hate each other. She's become a person he can't stand, and there was even a report that he slapped her once. The man who never raised his voice at me, who treated me with respect, had resorted to violence with her. I couldn't believe it. He's not the man I married, or maybe
A few
he
days
is,
ago, out of nowhere,
and I
he
just
texted
never
me.
saw this
He
side of him
apologized
until
for
now.
what he did to me, for the way he left, for the betrayal. He wants to meet up just to talk. He says he feels guilty. And here's the thing, I still love him. Even after everything, even after all the pain. I don't know if that makes me weak or just human, but it's the truth.
So now I'm torn. Should I go? Should I meet with him, hear him out, and open up the possibility of more pain? Or should I shut him out for good, protect myself from any more hurt, and move on? I don't know what the right answer is. All I know is that he was the love of my life, and now he's just someone I don't recognize, someone who wants to apologize for breaking me apart. But what good will that do? Can guilt ever really fix what's been shattered?
I shall see you. Here,